Let us know.
Okay, we are with Hindi and we are here in a place we have seen some Sikh people doing some manifestation and we don't know what they are doing. We have read something, but you're going to explain us.
Okay, well, I'm going to take you back to 1984, so 30 years ago. This place on the front of this article, this is like the Vatican for the Sikhs. This is the equivalent of the Vatican for the Sikhs. Yeah? So in 1984, this man here, his name is Sant Jarnail Singh. He was a social reformer. After the independence of India, the Sikhs in Punjab were being treated as second-class citizens. They had the water taken away from them. They weren't allowed to speak their own language. They were treated as second-class citizens. They were harassed and tortured. So in the 70s, this man woke up and he said, hold on, we need to change this situation. We need to change the fact that we're being oppressed in this country. So what he did was, he gathered all the Sikhs and he tried to explain that we need to protest peacefully and we need to change the system of Punjab so that we have greater autonomy for the Sikhs and so that we're not second-class citizens. The Indian government didn't like the response from the Sikhs because the Sikhs were very agitated in numbers. So in 1984 they decided to attack the Akal Takht, which is the equivalent again of the Vatican to the Sikhs. Now, since 1984 we've had many problems with India trying to gain justice for those that were killed in 1984, the innocent lives that were lost. In January 2014, on January 14th, classified papers were released that suggested that the Conservative Party led by Margaret Thatcher was involved in colluding with India in demolishing this place, in attacking the Sikhs. So since January 2014, since this year, what we've been trying to do is we've been trying to gauge what the situation is. We've been trying to gauge what's he doing, man? Don't even try it. Wait, listen, this is getting edited. I can talk, yeah? So since January 2014, what we've done is we've been trying to pressure the Parliament into getting a public inquiry to sort of ascertain what the facts are about 1984. So there are four main questions that we're asking. The first question is, why was Britain involved? Why was Britain involved? Why was Britain involved in the Conservative government? Indira Gandhi, who was the Prime Minister of India at the time, was convicted of electoral fraud and using state machinery to gain votes. She was a convicted criminal. Why was the Conservative Party in the UK colluding with someone that had already been convicted of electoral fraud? Not only was she convicted of electoral fraud, but from 1977 to 1984, she was actually ruling India by decree, which means that there were no elections. She was the dictator of India. Why was Britain involved in helping a dictator to kill their own people? The second major point that we're asking is that Sikhs gave a lot for this country. 131,000 Sikhs died for this country in World War I and World War II. Why, if the British government had been approached by India with this big situation, then why did the British government not consult the Sikhs that were living in the UK? They had a right. We had a right to know. So these are all the questions that are arising now. There's been a governmental inquiry led by Sir Jeremy Haywood. I'll just quickly explain who Jeremy Haywood is. Jeremy Haywood is actually the same man that carried out the Iraq inquiry. Now we all know that the Iraq inquiry was absolutely shocking. It was a shambles. There was no evidence to suggest that anything that happened in Iraq was legitimate. So we're sort of in a situation now where we're asking the government to tell us the truth about what happened in 1984. We want the full facts, we want all the documents released, and we want to know, we want closure about what happened.
And do you think the Great Britain government don't give to you the papers because he's totally involved?
Yeah, of course. I mean, well, out of 23, Jeremy Haywood in his inquiry, in his report, he said that he searched 23,000 documents, but he's only given us 5. That's clearly a cover-up. Give us the rest of the documents. We want to see the documents.
And why you are here, just in this place? Why here?
Here because that's That's 10 Downing Street. That's where the Prime Minister lives.
Here.
Yeah, that's where the Prime Minister lives. So, I mean, we're here because we want him to know what's going on now. What are the steps that we're going to take from here? We're all going to go back to our homes today, and we're not going to forget about this. We're going to pressure our MPs, and we're going to get a public inquiry. We're going to get an inquiry led by a judge because we want to know what happened. We want to know the truth.
And what now is the Sikh situation in India?
It's dire. It's not good. The Sikh situation in India, 80% of water from Punjab is diverted to other states. The crops in Punjab, the price has dropped. So the people that are farming is the main source of income for Punjab. The people that are farming are selling their crops for 10 times less than what they'd sell them for somewhere else. You know what I mean? Punjab is being strangled. It's being strangled. Any other questions?
No, I don't have more questions. But thank you very much. Thank you very much to you too.